Welcome back to another episode of Judicial Dollars and Cents. We are here at the Super Summit event in San Antonio for PILMMA, and our guest today is Matt Schwartz with Blue Fire Media. Thanks for joining us.
And thanks for having me, Cagney.
Awesome. Well, you're here at PILMMA. Have you been here before?
No, this is our first time at PILMMA.
Okay, and what have you thought so far?
Well, actually, it's my first trade show as an exhibitor anywhere.
Amazing.
But we had very low expectations of what we'd be able to do with our business, but it's been phenomenal. We've made so many incredible connections. There's a lot of genuine interest in our product.
Yeah.
So we couldn't be happier. You know, we were concerned, you know, it was a lot of money to get here and to exhibit and building all of our booth materials, but it was all very much worth it.
Oh, that's really great to hear. Tell us a little bit about your business, how it started, how you're here, what all you do.
Sure. So Blue Fire Media is a digital media content creation company. And what we do is we create commercials and branding campaigns for social media. And our first campaign, which we just completed, is specifically for personal injury attorneys. And the premise of it is that most people, I mean, just as a normal person, I know how I feel about personal injury commercials, traditional personal injury commercials, and everybody I know feels the same way.
Right.
It's like you see it and you're done with it. Like immediately you want to skip right through it. And I said, you know what? It doesn't have to be this way.
Yeah.
If you really want to have an effective commercial as a personal injury attorney, forget about telling them about you. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about your verdicts. Nobody cares about how great you are, where you went to law school. They just don't care, right?
Yeah.
And you have to figure that, you know, when you're advertising, you're fighting an uphill battle. You're already intruding on somebody and diverting them from something you'd rather be doing.
Right.
So you better have something good to show them. Otherwise, your commercial is going to have the exact opposite effect of what you really want. So our premise for our campaign, which is called the Bigfoot Lawyer Branding Campaign, was to create entertainment. We wanted to make our commercials entertaining, not just mildly entertaining, like stuff that make people laugh out loud and want to say, that was hilarious. I got to see this again.
Right.
Oh, and then send it to their mothers and send it to their friends and their coworkers, because that's the only way you're really going to make people remember you. And that's what it's got to be about. Because when you talk about personal injury attorneys, right, a lot of these attorneys are thinking, I got to get the person who just had that terrible car accident, has a traumatic brain injury. And so I got to make sure my commercials are out there all the time. So I might get that one person. That's not what we do. What we do is we say, everybody that watches our commercial is a prospective client, every single one of them, because they may not be that way now. But 6 months from now, or a year from now, or 2 years from now, we want that person to say, oh, wait a minute. I got into an accident. Who am I going to call? I'm going to call that Bigfoot attorney. Okay. And so our Bigfoot character, which we put him in all these kind of funny situations in our commercials. Usually he's injured and he needs to find an attorney, but there's like a double context also, because that scene is somehow in a movie parody with something that people recognize right away. So we have our Bigfoot character in Indiana Jones movies. We have him in Psycho. We have him in The Godfather. And it's all things that people can remember. We have to do this within a very quick amount of time, like 30 seconds. Right. So people have to be oriented within 1 or 2 seconds about who this is, where are they, so that they can concentrate on the message. So that's why we rely on iconic scenes from movies to show people, okay, this is The Godfather. You're in The Godfather now, and Bigfoot is now in our commercial. He's petitioning The Godfather for help, okay, because he's just been in an accident, okay? And so we do it very quickly, and you know, people love our commercials. They show them to people in supermarkets, in medical offices, and no matter where they are, no matter who they are, they're laughing out loud. They just love our commercials. And that's the whole point, because we think that's what's going to make people remember 2 years out. I got to call that Bigfoot attorney, because their only interaction, a lot of these people don't even know attorneys. They have no idea what attorneys are like, what they do.
Right.
And so immediately when they see an attorney that's associated with comedy the way we're doing it, they feel
relatable.
Exactly. It's relatable. They feel comfortable. And when you're in an accident, that's kind of psychologically what would probably be most appealing to you. Somebody you can relate to, somebody who you think is just like you. Somebody who you have something in common with. And humor does that.
That's it's refreshing, honestly, right? Because you're totally right. You see the same billboards over and over again that are just same commercials over and over again. So it's a whole new concept, and you're probably getting people that are sharing it with others. So it's expanding, beyond what just you guys are doing.
Correct. And what we do is we offer exclusive rights to our branding campaign in geo-targeted areas. So if you're in St. Louis, you can have a territory that is probably half of Missouri, and nobody else can be a Bigfoot branded attorney in that territory.
Okay.
But you're also able to do other things, because you could take our Bigfoot character and you could put him on a billboard during the term of your license.
Okay.
And you can use our trademark search terms, Bigfoot lawyer, which would probably also carry over to Bigfoot attorney, so that if people want to look you up, they'll come to your website as the Bigfoot lawyer if you have an SEO program with us.
Okay.
And we have people now that want to put us on banners in shopping centers, right? So there's a lot you could do with our characters. And of course, we could do custom work. We could take an attorney from your firm and have him representing Bigfoot in a trial and winning, and having Bigfoot getting up and doing like a little chick. But we can do that. We can do all kinds of custom work, but you also have the full spate of our, right now we have 13 high-end cinematic commercials.
Okay.
But we're going to be adding many, many, many more over the next year. And it's going to constantly be refreshed. Every year, there's going to be new Bigfoot lawyer commercials in new funny situations, new movie parodies. And then we're going to start introducing more and more characters.
That's my next question. Is it just be Bigfoot, or do we see a vision that it expands?
Oh, no, it's going to expand. It's going to get really big. We're going to have an entire cast of characters that people are going to want to see over and over again.
Okay. And how long has Blue Fire been around?
We just started about a year ago. We just recently completed what we felt was enough commercials to go out and start marketing to attorneys. We have an attorney right now that's using them in California with great success. We got the metrics back, and there's some, I don't know if you're familiar with what's called a watch through rate on social media. It's the percentage of people who, having been exposed to the commercial, actually watch the entire commercial, whether it's 30 seconds or 60 seconds. A typical watch through rate for a generic commercial on social media is between 20 and 40%. That's probably generous. With traditional law firm commercials, it's less than that. It's probably less than 20%. Right. Well, ours, over the last 4 months that this firm has been using it, and this has been astounding everybody, 93 to 95% watch through rate over 4 months straight, consistently. And his social media manager was telling that lawyer that's using our commercials, we don't know how you're doing this. We've not seen this before. And I said, well, I know why. It's the whole reason why I made those commercials is because I'm entertaining people.
Right.
We're giving them something that they want to see. And to the point where after they see a couple of these commercials, it's not only that they enjoyed them, they're anticipating what is Bigfoot going to do next. Right. They want to see the next commercial. Right. And that's what it's all about, is getting people to want to see the commercial. So that these people will go to the lawyers and say, and want to see, what content do you have for me next? Yes.
Yeah, that's really cool. And so you're pretty new to the market with this.
Yes.
Any state, you're based out of Atlanta.
We're based in Atlanta, but we have territories delineated in every state and in Canada as well. Okay. So, and just being here, it was very beneficial for us, because we have about 3 or 4 firms that are actively interested, where we have meetings set up through next week. They're going to be focus grouping our commercials under confidential circumstances, and I'm very, very optimistic that they're going to want to pull the trigger. Yeah. They were very excited. I mean, and a lot of attorneys, they have yet to understand that they have to, if they want to distinguish themselves, and this is obviously a very highly competitive field. Right. But if they really want to distinguish themselves, they have to do it creatively.
Stand out.
They got to stand out. And this is the perfect way to stand out. And eventually what I believe you're going to see is that within the next year, when Bigfoot attorney, the Bigfoot lawyer, gets broadcasted on social media across the country with hundreds of thousands of impressions, they're going to say, oh, that's the gecko of Geico. That's what the Bigfoot lawyer is to lawyers. And this is a chance for people to get this and to use this on kind of like a franchise model and get exclusive benefits, and they can get multiple jurisdictions if they want. They don't just have to be in their state. We are working with one firm right now that's in 4 states.
Oh.
And they want to tie up the rights in 4 states.
Yeah.
And we'll do that, of course.
So that whenever you expand this out, so if somebody is tied up the rights in like one specific area, no other lawyer can
That's
be in
exactly right.
So that's where those new characters, I'm assuming, would come into play to be able to like have multiple people in the same area, but they would just have different characters. Am I understanding that?
Here's the thing: we're coming up with additional characters. They may be in a separate campaign that's outside of the Bigfoot branding campaign, and they may be in the Bigfoot lawyer universe. So we have, like, for example, we already have a commercial that's ready to go. We have a character called Eddie the Yeti. And Eddie the Yeti is a Borscht Belt Catskills comic, stand-up comic. It's Bigfoot's cousin, basically. And he's a smokes a cigar and he tells jokes. He just jokes about everything. He's kind of like Don Rickles, okay?
Okay.
So, but Eddie the Yeti will be in the Bigfoot lawyer universe.
Okay.
But we have other campaigns with other new characters that are coming out that could be side by side with Bigfoot, or if you would prefer to use one of these other character campaigns, you'll be able to use that.
Okay.
But in terms of exclusivity, anybody who buys a territory from Blue Fire will be protected. Nobody else can use any kind of a Bigfoot lawyer in that territory. Otherwise, it's a trademark infringement.
Right.
And we won't sell any other of our campaigns to compete with our licensees in those territories.
Makes sense.
So they're not going to be able to, if they can use whatever campaigns of ours they want, and nobody else can in their territory.
Okay. That makes sense. So what is your background that led you to this?
That's a good question. So I'm an attorney, and I've been practicing for 30 years.
Okay.
And by trade, I'm an entertainment attorney.
Okay.
But I also went to film school. I graduated from the UCLA Graduate School of Film and Television in 1994, and I was actually going to be a producer. I was going to be a producer.
Okay.
And then something strange happened. I got involved in the O.J. Simpson trial, and I started representing this woman named Laura Hart McKinney, who had the Furman tapes. And I had like 18 months worth of 15 minutes of fame, and my law practice blew up because of that. I was on television like every day, and so I became very active in my law practice, and my whole ambition of becoming a producer was derailed because my law practice was successful.
Right.
I'd rather I had one in the hand rather than two in the bush.
Yeah.
So for many, many years I did that, but I've always had this passion for filmmaking.
Yeah.
And so I have a son, and my passion kind of was passed down to my son. My son is an award-winning filmmaker.
Oh.
Yeah. He's very, very good. And he does he's our cinematographer. Okay. And he's also our editor. He handles everything in production. He's actually a 20% owner of the company.
Wow.
And he is now, it's actually because of him that I kind of got involved in this again. Okay. And because I started this as a side business. Yep. But it looks like it's blowing up, and I might not practice law anymore.
Well, what a true example of, not losing that passion for something that you always had in the background, and but being able to blend it with something that you went to school for, and you studied,
very fulfilling. I would be so happy if this did blow up and I can just do that instead of practicing law. Yeah. So I like practicing law. I like a lot of my clients, and truthfully, I would never retire from the practice of law. I would keep just a handful of select clients and not take any others. Yeah. And just because I want to keep helping them. Yeah. But I would rather devote most of my time to creative pursuits like this. Yeah. Nothing gives me more joy than creating something that's going to make people laugh. Right. Nothing. Yeah. That's so cool. I love the concept. I love the idea. I love that it's already being successful for you all, right? Oh, thank you. Yeah.
In this early stages, but it seems like the growth is endless, and that we're going to see a lot of you going forward. I look forward to seeing Bigfoot on my TV.
Thank you.
That'll be really exciting to follow the journey. If anybody that's watching wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do that? Sure.
They can visit our website at bluefiremedia.com, and the Blue Fire is spelled BLUPHYRE media.com, bluefiremedia.com. We have an info email there. We have telephone numbers, I think, listed on our website. You can see all of our commercials, and you can see all the other work that we do. My son David does a lot of music industry related videos, and concerts and festivals and stuff. So cool. It's not just our campaigns. Yeah. It's a lot of different types of content that we do. But you can visit Blue Fire. You can hit us up with an email off of our website. So great. Thank you so much, Matt, for being here with us today. Thank you, Cagney. It was a pleasure.
And that was another episode of Judicial Dollars and Cents. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on Judicial Dollars and Cents, presented by Anders Virtual CFO Services. If you found value in today's conversation, be sure to follow or subscribe wherever you get your podcast. To learn more about how Anders helps law firms strengthen their financial foundations and drive growth, visit anderscpa.com. Until next time, keep making smart decisions that make perfect sense.